everybody to Empress Saida life. Let me just fix myself right here so we can be well tuned in. So how's everybody doing? This is the live show for Empress Saida TV. For those that don't know, EmpressSaida.com is doing some upgrades on the app and stuff like that. So shortly I'll be back fully on that. But like I said, we can't stop the show. So before I start, for people that want to know exactly who I am, where I come from, and everything, I was born and raised in Panama, Central America, and I live here in New York City. And I'm a licensed cosmetologist in the state of New York and Atlanta. I'm also a CDL Class A tractor truck driver that I learned to do that. And I'm a plus size model, body positivity. I'm a mother. I'm a wife, was a wife, whatever you want to call it. So yes, so I, you know, I was able to fulfill over 2.5 million followers overall. Not on YouTube, but on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all these different platforms. So I study and scroll around, do all kinds of stuff, and I've noticed that social media a lot is focusing so much on relationships. Relationship is such a big issue in the world because we are going into a transition where, conservative back in the days, a woman by the time she's turned 18, she already is assigned a husband to get married and have children and have a man that pick her and provide for her. Either she has money or not. Now in this generation, now we are seeing a lot of dramatic changes where women are into the um, feminism, also into becoming highly independent and acquiring great positions in this society, and they're very productive. We women can do it all. Honestly, we really can do it all. Now, if it's intended for us to do it all by God, no. But let's just speak with the situation with this specific issue that we are talking right now. Do women have an expiration date, and do men have an expiration date? So, what I was noticing on all the social platforms is that men, especially now, are talking a lot about how they feel, how they think, and how they view women. And I'm hearing a lot and seeing a lot of little videos on Reels stating that once a woman becomes 30 years old, she's expired. And what is happening now? A lot of women are, by the time they become a full-blown doctor or a lawyer and all these career-driven things that women are doing now, by the time they graduate, they turn 35, even close to 40 years old. And at that time, they're desperate looking for a husband to marry and to form a family. And when you see at that age, right, for men mindset, she is an expiration date. A woman in a clinical, like if you go to the emergency room or you become pregnant, by the time you turn 35, they call it high risk. Now, there's so many pros and cons, but coming from me, I really don't like the fact that men had took this upon themselves to humiliate women that they are expired by the age of 30. To be honest with you, by the age of 30, 35, a woman builds so much wisdom. She knows much more what she wants and needs in life overall. So, ladies, don't feel bad. But I'm going to break things up a little bit more. And let's talk about in a man's mind, why do they feel that a woman is expired? Because a man likes naturally everything young, young, fresh meat, young, fresh mindset, no type of trauma from past relationships, um, frustration from past relationships. And most men really prefer a woman that doesn't have any children. Like a man wants to go in, pick this woman, make this woman his first wife, his first mother, and that's how men look at women. So when a woman start having children, one, two, three, in a man's mind, right? They start devaluing women. But in reality, when a woman start having children, she builds so much more strength, so much more wisdom, because she's actually multitasking by raising the kid, doing all of these things that she has to do. So you get a full-blown other woman. So now let me just break it up this way so I can go more into depth of why this is such a stigma of women being an expiration, when in reality we are all people are expiring as they go by. And in reality, none of us are expiring, because you expire when you die. But we do go through stages in life, like when you're 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90, 100, you make it 100, woo, you made it. So every decade you have your own stage. One of the things that I have noticed, experience, even from family members and friends, that men love to tell women, or, oh, I'll give you a prime example. Once upon a time, I met a specific person that said, oh, I wouldn't date no woman past 35. Now, this is a man, 55, right? And I said, like, why is that? This person said, it's because, they come with trauma, their body is not fit enough, they're not that young and plumpy, they're not this. The optimal body shape type of a woman is 19 to 25. After that, gravity takes a course. That's what I'm hearing. So I'm like, okay, interesting. But then I've noticed that everything revolves on what a man wants, what a man's need, what everything about a man, what man, right? And they do feel that they don't expired, because most men, from all these years, as long as they have a lot of money and they can provide stability, no matter how they look, they can always get a younger version girl, a younger woman, a younger everything. But does a man wants love? Or it does not matter? If it doesn't matter, it's okay. But I am here to say that, when a man is in his 50s, 60s, and he goes after a younger woman, right? Let's say he doesn't want to date nobody his age. He want to date somebody 40s, 30s, 20s, right? What happens is that the younger woman looks at you like a meal ticket, to be honest with you. A younger woman does not really care about how you can really perform in the bedroom. That's not a necessity. A necessity is that you're able to take care of her, pay all the bills, and if you can have babies together, she will give you babies as long as everything is well taken care of. Most of the time, I'm not telling everyone, because if you are a man that you're aging and you take care of yourself physically, and the way you eat and you exercise, most likely you can provide a better experience for the younger version woman. Now, what men doesn't realize, there is a problem with this type of decision. That's why sometimes you have to be very, very careful. There's pros and cons in the decisions that we make in life. So I give you a prime example because I have seen it with my own eyes. So you're an older man and you decide to not date a woman your age because that woman is old, that woman got too many baggage, that woman blah 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 blah. So you decide like, okay, let me go with a younger girl. This is spicier. She gives me what I want, and I feel like a man, and I got energy, and all of these things, right? This is a beautiful thing. Nothing wrong with that. Because when I was in my 20s, men in the 50s and 60s love me and still do. And I was not attracted to them at all. I only felt, okay, what can they provide, right? And this is all young women. All young women think like this. And I don't know if men realize that this is how women really think. So, for instance, a lot of men at that age, they go into consuming products to give them the strength and to be able to perform and all of these things. And many of them, die from heart attacks and different things because their body can't handle that. The younger woman has a lot of more energy. And if you don't have a healthy lifestyle, you most likely can have a heart attack and things like that. But most men tend not to be educated in that part or don't even care. But I have, witnessed situations with things like this happen when a man date a woman 20, 25 years younger, and then they into like a relationship, use the Viagra, stuff like that, and boom, it's out the window, right? Now, what happens is like most women, like I go back again, they're not falling in love with a man 20, 25 years older. And if they do, it's a very minimum amount. Like I said, I'm not here to generalize. There's always exception to the rule. But most likely, a younger woman does not fall in love with an older man. She is there for the money. She's there for the security and everything like that. What men doesn't realize that depending on the kind of woman, she's always craving a young man too. So if you have a 20-year-old woman that marries somebody 25 years older, she likes the security that you provide, but she also wants some younger energy kind of man just like her. Even if you are drinking different things to have the energy to provide, the look is not there. You're still older man. You're still an older man. She wants a young buck. Energy, energy, energy. She wants a young buck. But because the skin is different, even if you're strong, everything is different. And her body, naturally, biologically, wants a younger man. Now, if she's smart enough, she's not going to destroy the security for a younger guy. She will stay with the older guy. Now, the things that happens too that men doesn't really think, and I've seen it many times as well, is that they date and marry women 25 years younger, and you see, then you can get sick, things can happen, and whoop, you're out the window, and the young woman stays with everything, and that's it. So if that's what you're looking for, then, that's something that you decide to do. But it is good for an age between a relationship, like a man could be 7 years older than the woman. In that specific time, it's a perfect age gap. Once you go over that, it's a little too tricky and too extreme. So when men out here saying a lot in all these social platforms that women have an expiration date and they want somebody younger, you got to think that a man also has an expiration date. We women don't say it much, but your strength is not the same. Your power is not the same. And a woman that is in your age bracket, right? And is being with you for a while, she will appreciate that you don't have that strength and that power, right? And she will stay with you. But for some reason, most men don't like that, the woman that is in the same bracket with him. He said, oh my gosh, she's so old. Let me get me a young one. Let me get me a young one. I'm the man with a young one. But in a woman's mind, you're already expired too. So listen, don't walk out here thinking that you are not expiring. Men expire too, big time. It's only, there's a saying like, oh, the older a man gets, the more attractive they are. And this is true. When you see the salt pepper, it's very sexy. It's nice to see a man that is mature and it has a demeanor, and all about the characteristic of a man as a whole is something that a woman appreciates and can become attractive to you. But it's better to date a woman in your same age bracket. Date a man in your same age bracket. For instance, I'll give you a prime example. Men also many times leave their wives and their significant others for very young women. But they don't know that this younger woman is not in love with you most of the time. They want the security. And men mind keep thinking that a woman expired. But remember, that woman that expires faster than you, that you think, when you get older, she might be the one that is more capable of really properly taking care of you if you need it, because most likely the younger one don't have she doesn't feel like, well, I'm going to take care of this man. Like, why am I not doing this for this man? So let's change the narrative about women being expirational, because if we talk about expiration, we both are expiring at the same time. We both are expiring. You know, with me, men that are 15 years younger than me like me. Men that are 30 years older than me like me. 20 years older than me like me. Men of all brackets like me. So I've been blessed to see the dynamic from the kind of men that like me. But let's say, for instance, you have to find what works for you. Like, for instance, when it comes to picking the woman that you want. Ladies, this is for you ladies. There's a pro and cons to be independent. You have to prioritize exactly what you want out of life. Do you want to have children older, or do you want to have children younger? Most men, not all, sees women that are older are not the prime for them to choose. Most of them think like that, but it ain't true. But this is what we are living in today, and I'm trying my best to keep it 100,000%, because I also see very beautiful, successful women that start having kids over the age of 40, and they are happy, they have a partner, and they're doing very great things in life. So kudos to them, but that will be another show, because there's also pros and cons that comes with, you know, making those kinds of decisions as well. But as now, I just want to let you know that if you hear anytime any man come to you ever and say, oh, and a lot of times they're not going to tell you, so don't let them waste your time. Oh, an expiration date, just remind him that he also is an expiration date. Men are expired, but they still can be on the shelf because of finances. Now, ladies, you can also do that. Nowadays, a lot of women are so financially independent and successful. You could do the same thing. You can decide to go with a younger man as well if you're willing to provide for that guy, for that man too. You can do it. It's just that women don't do those kind of things that men do because of the mindset and the way we women being raised. Like, I don't see myself taking care of no man. That's never was in my mind, and it's never been brought up to me that way. It's the opposite way. I always been provided for, when I was in my marriage and stuff like that. So I don't have that in me, like to go and take care of a man kind of thing. But everybody does what they do, and I'm not here to judge how people decide to live their lives, but I'm here to just bring out to people's mindsets or way of living. Don't let nobody humiliate you or make you feel that you are not worthy because you over the age of 30. But we have to really know in our mind, listen, biologically, we should have children younger. When you are younger, you have more strength, the body goes through less heartache when it comes to delivering, so it will be easier if a woman start having children early. Financially, it is not the best situation, but if you are in a situation where you can find that one man that is a providing kind and he's willing and able to provide for you in your young age, the best time is to do everything while you're very, very young, because you already know how men are thinking out here. And I could talk whatever I want to talk. That is not going to change the way they're thinking. They're already in their mind register how they see women at a certain age. If she's this age, she has this, that. But if they think like that, that is fine. Make sure you say the same thing, because we women don't talk much about men performance. Men performance as they get older change. I don't care how much Viagra you do. I don't care what kind of pills you take. You cannot compare yourself to a 22-year-old man. You cannot do that. And that's just life. So the best thing is not to be 55 and talking about a 30-year-old, oh, she's expired. That is highly disrespectful. Honestly, a woman that is 30, 35, she has more wisdom. She's a full, complete woman. She's still very young and she still has a lot of wisdom. So these are the things that you have to take into consideration. So keep in mind, ladies, that men expires. Men, keep in mind that you expire too. Also, keep in mind that if you don't care about a woman loving you when you start dating a younger woman, then kudos to you. But don't think that that woman love you. She wants security, finances to be covered, and she will give you some sort of her beauty for that in exchange. Don't think it's love, because in her mind, she definitely wants a man that is in her age bracket, deep down inside. The problem is that those guys are not mature enough, and they're not most likely financially sustainable to be dating a man in that age. But from now on, ladies and gentlemen, we all in expiration as they go by. So I hope you guys enjoy this quick talk today, and you have a great evening. And make sure you visit my app. You can download my app. It's www.empresssaida.com. You can go there and you can actually follow my Amazon store. I have an Amazon store where you can buy anything. I am an Amazon influencer, Amazon fashion influencer, but you can also shop anything you want to shop at any store, and you can unlock some of my special codes that I have, and you can have such a good time by shopping on my Amazon store. There's other things there. There's a full-blown radio station. There's a full-blown TV station that is coming up pretty soon. And there is a lot of body positivity. There's some collaboration with Viatone when it comes to travel, lifestyle. So there's a lot of things in the work. So stay tuned. Make sure you always tune in. You can follow me on my Instagram, which is Organic Curves _ on my Facebook page, which is Empress Saida. And you follow all my body positivity pages and all my funny reels that I do, my song, and all the things that I like to do. You can follow all the things that I do, and you can stay in tune. And you know, these brows were actually done by me, and the products that I use there is also my own products, which is Saida Brow Products. And hey, today is a good day. Today we should respect one another. Today we should uplift one another and don't bring people down. Because if you say to a woman that she's an expiration date, just look at yourself and know that you also expire. And every time you talk down on someone, you also are an expiration. Every day you are a day older and a day less on earth. So just keep that in mind, and you guys have a great evening, well, night, morning, wherever you see this show. And stay tuned. If anybody left any comments, let's see if anybody left a comment here. Okay, I think I turned it off, but we'll see how this works. And I'll see you next time, and be blessed. Goodbye. Now, this is my first time, so we got to see how you do this. Hold on a minute. Hold on. This is here. Okay, right. Let me see here. How you turn this off? Oh my God, I didn't even know. Are you sure you want to start streaming? Yes.